Do not scroll. Stay with me for a moment. Within the next 24 hours, something in you will settle, and how you choose now will shape what opens next. This is not for the casual listener. It is for the one who waited in silence, stood inside delay, and wondered if change would ever arrive. It will, but first breathe. I'm speaking clarity, not noise. Alignment, not hype. In 3 days, a confirmation will meet you without your chase. And this week, a door will stop wobbling and stand open. If you leave, you'll repeat the same night you already know. If you remain, the weight transfers from your chest to my hands. There's a stillness required to hear what I'm about to speak over your life. Breathe. Set aside the weight of needing to understand it all at once. My child, I know you. I see the thoughts you've hidden behind smiles, the fears you've carried in silence. But even now I speak into your core. You are not overlooked, and this season is not wasted. You are being drawn into something precise, sacred, and timed with perfection. Say aloud, I won't rush the unfolding. There is a reason this message is reaching you now. Not earlier, not later, now. Because your next steps require clarity, not noise. And clarity does not come from frantic movement. It comes from my presence. That's why I've interrupted you here. Within 3 days, you will see a sign, not a coincidence, but a deliberate confirmation that I have been orchestrating things beneath the surface. You don't need to chase it. It's already moving toward you. Whisper, I am being led. You've been faithful in unseen places. You've shown up even when no one noticed. The quiet yes you gave me in the dark has reached my heart. And now I am drawing near with instruction. It won't look dramatic, but it will be real. It will be steady, and it will anchor you for what's coming. Within this week, a door will open, perhaps through a conversation, a shift in your inner compass, or a new strength rising where weakness lived. Write this. Doors open this week. Listen closely. You've been in a preparation space, though it often felt like a holding cell. But I wasn't punishing you, I was positioning you. Delay was your protection. Silence was your training. Rejection redirected you to purpose. Now it begins. But only if you move with me, not ahead of me. You must learn to walk without forcing, to receive without proving, and to listen without filtering everything through past pain. Say aloud, stillness is strength. My beloved, I know the moments when you felt disqualified. You looked around and saw others celebrated while you waited. But what I've prepared for you requires maturity, not momentum. That's why it took time. That's why it cost you comfort. You've outgrown the old definitions, and now you're stepping into alignment, not hype, not haste. Alignment. Before this part ends, I need you to understand this. Your path is not random. Every step has been recorded. Every tear collected, every delay repurposed. I have not changed my mind about you, and I am not late. Say aloud, I trust your timing. Stay with me. In the next section, I will show you what the waiting really meant, and why everything is about to make sense. Beloved child, you have walked through seasons where doors closed, and your prayers echoed into silence. Those moments of frustration, the plans unraveling, the relationships that felt like they failed you, they were not simply endings. What looked like loss was a pivot. What felt like rejection was redirection. And what you called delay was in fact my deliberate design. Say aloud, delay became deliverance for me. Within the next 3 days you will sense a stirring, not a grand upheaval, but a quiet shift. A conversation will arrive, a connection will spark, a whisper in your spirit will say, this is your moment. Breathe. You believed you were behind. You feared you were forgotten. But hear this truth, your delay was not denial. It was preparation. While you waited, I refined you. While you paused, I positioned you. While you wrestled, I strengthened you. Whisper, I trust the process. The plans you thought were lost are simply changing shape. The strategy you believed would succeed hasn't ended. It's being rewritten to match my vision for you. What you counted as defeat, I counted as the foundation of your next victory. I observe every tear you did not allow yourself to release. I know the sleepless nights and the heavy sighs. but I also see the way you held on. When the world said let go, you held tight. That tenacity matters. That perseverance is being rewarded. Write this. Renewal begins within 3 days. Your friends were not always aware of your silent stand, but heaven kept score. Your faithfulness in the shadows will now become testimony in the light. The same ground you thought was barren will become fertile. The same relationships that disappointed will either shift or be released, so that what remains carries my purpose. Say aloud, I walk into open doors without proving my worth. Understand this. Favor doesn't require approval, it requires presence. I didn't await your performance, I awaited your yielding. When you step through the door this week, you won't need to justify your journey. Your authority will not stem from what you did, but from who I am. Within this week, you will wake to a new momentum. Not loud, but sure. Not chaotic, but ordered. Not based on your effort, but anchored in my power. Whisper clarity over noise. In the days behind you, you mistook delay for pause. But now I show you that the pause was my preparation. The silence was my saturation. The setback was my positioning. And what you sensed as endings are actually starting lines. You've been the remnant. The one who stayed when others left. The one who whispered yes when others fled. That worn-out maybe you carried was not meant to be your final answer. It was the very stir of promise rising. And now I awaken it. Say aloud, I receive what has been dormant. Look around. See how the pieces that seemed scattered are beginning to align. Hear how the voices that felt distant now call your name. Feel how the steps you hesitated to take were always steps toward this moment. You are on the edge of emergence. Write this. My confirmation comes quietly. You may wonder why your timing felt different. Because my calendar is not marked in hours. It's marked in hearts. Your heart has been marked for my main event. The amplification you awaited is not external, it is internal. It's the maturity of your spirit, meeting the moment I've prepared. Say aloud, I trust the process. And so you stand now, not in what you've done, but in what you're becoming. The old platform is fading. The new one awaits. The test is nearly done. The testimony is about to begin. The closed door is opening. The sealed path is being revealed. Within 3 days, something will shift in your atmosphere. Recognize it. Walk into it. Receive it. Stay, because in the next section, I will show you how you are not just rescued, you are being commissioned. Beloved child, hear me now. You are not an accident. You were crafted with intention, woven into a story far greater than your own understanding. The whispers of your heart and the longing of your spirit, they are proof not of emptiness but of purpose. Within this next season, you will step out of mere survival and into mission. Write this. I am chosen for right now. Listen, your identity is not defined by what you endured, but by who endured so you could move. When you stand before the mirror and your reflection reveals more scars than successes, know I called you before you ever performed. I appointed you, not for the applause of men, but for the display of my glory. Say aloud, I walk with peace, not pressure. You've carried burdens that whispered you'd never rise. You believed you were too late. You accepted too little. You thought the closed chapters meant cancellation. But what you see as closure is my commissioning. Not the end of something, but the beginning of what I designed in secret. Your past mistakes are not liabilities. They are the raw material of your calling. Whisper, I receive my calling. See the road you walked, rocky, winding, lonely. It was not detour. It was training. The nights you cried when no one heard, they were my classroom. The doors you swore were forever closed. They were my fingerprint. I'm bringing you to the place you didn't think you could reach, because your roots grew while your doubts stood still. Say aloud, my value isn't in what I do, but in who I am. My beloved, refusal to leave the padding of preparation did not go unnoticed. The questions you asked in secret, am I enough? Is this worth it? They reached my ears. And now I stand, opening a space where your hesitance becomes confidence. Your hidden work becomes recognized fruit. Your sorrow becomes strength. Breathe, then say, "Presence is my authority." I don't need your credentials. I need your yielded heart. I don't need your perfection. I need your availability. I don't need you to earn my call. I've already sealed it in your spirit. So stop striving to perform. Begin standing in my presence. That alone sets you apart. Write this. I am equipped for the wave. In this next wave, you're not going to chase validation. You're going to carry vision. Not by what you've done, but by what you will do when you lean on me. You are being sent with power, not as one fearful, but as one prepared. The very voice you thought was quiet is now your declaration. The very resources you thought you lacked are now your arsenal. The very shifts you feared are now your upgrade. Say aloud, I embrace purpose over position. You once measured your worth by what you received and who noticed. Now I call you to measure your worth by what I've received and whose attention I command. When the world asked, what's your resume? I asked, what's your readiness? When they asked, can you lead? I asked, will you follow? Because the greatest assignments come not to the entitled, they come to the available. Whisper, I am available. Stand firm. The storms that shook your foundation are not casualties, they are categories of strength. Every struggle is a chapter of muscle memory, a response building. You trained while overlooked. You labored while hidden. Now I step into what was hidden and make it seen. Say aloud, I am more than enough. This isn't about starting over, it's about stepping up, rising from what you thought was finished into the purpose you never knew you were carrying. Not by might, not by busyness, but by the Spirit who rises you. The platform is built. The spotlight is shifted. Your moment is near. Write this. My mission begins. You will not walk this path alone. I go before you. I go with you. I go after you. The presence of the Almighty in your journey means you don't just join a movement, you lead an awakening. Breathe, then say, I am still being trained. My beloved one, align your inner world with your assignment. Protect your peace, guard your posture, and cleave to truth. The world will try to define you. Let me define you. When your inner voice quiets mine, you will stumble. When my voice overrides your fears, you will stride. Say aloud, I hold what I'm handed. Quietly, I am releasing you. Not into a dream come true, but into a purpose realized. The next step is not about making much. It's about being anchored well. Expect constancy, not rush. Expect clarity, not pressure. Expect favor, not frenzy. Whisper, I receive what was prepared in secret. My beloved child, you were never sidelined. You were singled out. You weren't skipped. You were set aside. You were selected. Stand firm. Step forward. Live from what you were made for. Stay, because in the next section I will show how you're not just on mission, you're in victory. Beloved, now I reveal the deeper contour of what you've endured. This is not simply a story about pain turned into promise. It is about your emergence from the crucible into your commission. The wrongs you have carried, the cries unspoken, the days when you wondered if anyone saw, you were not invisible. I observed. I gathered every tear. I recorded every sigh. And in my perfect timing, what others call injustice, I call appointed restoration. Say aloud, I walk in vindication. You've been in a battlefield, not always visible to the world, but where your spirit was the prize. The enemy tried to define you by your setbacks. You are broken, he whispered. You are delayed, he deceived. But I say, you are chosen, I declare. You are equipped, and I promise, you are moving. Whisper, my scars proclaim strength. Remember the moment you believed your future had ended. The door slammed. The opportunity faded. The relationship fractured. You counted yourself out, but I counted you in. What looked like defeat was a pivot. What felt like rejection became redirection. I take every no that closed around you, and I convert it into a go that launches you. Say aloud, rejection becomes my redirection. You are not just released, you are commissioned. Not just rescued, you are ordained. The authority I give you is not built on what you did. It's based on who I am. You do not stand alone. I stand with you. Your past pain is not wasted. It is your podium. Your hidden obedience is now your headline. Write this. I serve from victory. Look ahead. What you thought was over is beginning. The campaign you believed was lost, you will lead. The voice you thought was silenced, you will be the echo. The path you assumed terminated, you will tread. Because your mission is not just survival, it's manifestation. Breathe, then say, presence is my power. When you walk into rooms now, the atmosphere will shift, not because of what you carry, but because of who carries you. The peace in your spirit will announce the presence of the Almighty. There will be no need for shouting. Quiet authority will speak. People will recognize without you telling. They'll witness without you performing. Whisper, I lead with quiet strength. You have crossed waters when the world stayed on shore. You have moved when many stood still. And now the tide is turning. The season of being behind is over. The time of becoming visible has arrived. And it will come not in chaos, but in order. Not in rush, but in timing. Say aloud, my season of emergence begins, beloved child. Clasp the truth. I will bring you out. I will bring you up. I will bring you into. And when you arrive, you will know my name was on every turn. Every detour, every dark night, every tear, they were never wasted. Stay, because in the next section I will show you the specific promises I've placed within your reach. Beloved one, know that I have mapped out for you real, tangible promises, not vague wishes, but provable realities waiting to align. Within this week, you will sense the first ripple of shift. A conversation that once felt impossible will feel inevitable. A resource you believed closed will begin to respond. A new clarity will rise that confirms your steps were never random. Breathe, then say, I receive what has been dormant. You've carried on in quiet, unseen, believing every detail would surface one day. But the day is coming when what was hidden becomes undeniable, when the small seed you planted in secret sprouts into visible purpose. Write this. Fresh insight arrives today, because the insights you sought aren't future, they're now. The breakthroughs you longed for aren't distant, they're imminent. Say aloud, I embrace the provision prepared for me. I see your hands stretched out, your heart hopeful, your mind seeking the promise of increase. And I say to you, I am bringing words, people, opportunities, and resources that match my purpose for you. Some will come gently, an unexpected call, a sudden invitation. Others will arrive loudly, a shift so clear that you will know it as my doing, not coincidence. Within 3 days, a door will open. Maybe not the one you asked for, maybe not the one you expected, but the right one. And as you step through, you will feel my favor preceding you, soft but certain. Write this. Opportunities surface this week. Say aloud, clarity arrives in my step. You were not created to live from lack. You were formed to walk in abundance. I am not promising you ease, but I am promising you my resources. I am not guaranteeing comfort at every turn, but I am guaranteeing my presence in every corner of your need. The path ahead grows wider, not narrower. The channels of supply are not shrinking, they're expanding. Whisper, provision flows freely. Watch for the subtle signs, the alignment of conversations, the easing of burdens, the buzz of your spirit in what follows. These are not just good days. They are the heralds of my kingdom breaking through into your world. They are the indicators that you've moved from waiting into receiving. Write this, renewed territory is mine. Say aloud, I step into what has been secured. The time of being second-guessing, under-resourced, overshadowed, it ends now. Equip yourself with the truth that you are covenanted by my favor, anchored by my fidelity, and advanced through my strategies. You are not behind. The harvest is not delayed. It's aligning. Within this week, those around you will see the change. It won't be loud, it will be unmistakable. A new calm, a new confidence, a deeper peace. The kind that speaks without shouting, the kind that leads without needing applause. Write this, my influence is affirmed. Breathe and say, stillness is my altar. Allow the promises to sink into your bones. Don't just expect them, receive them. Don't just speak them, live them. The work of my hand has already commenced. You're entering a season of visible proofs, of restored dignity, renewed purpose, noticeable favor. Beloved, keep walking. The foundations already laid in your waiting are now bearing weight. The tremors in your spirit are the stirrings of reconfiguration, aligning you with more than you thought. So stand firm. Raise your gaze. Reach not for what was lost, but for what is being returned, multiplied. Say aloud, I step into the abundance assigned me. This is no mere encouragement, it's my decree. You are not playing catch-up, you are stepping into what I long prepared. Your next breaths will not feel rushed, they'll feel right. Your next moves will not feel forced, they'll feel freed. Write this, I walk in confirmed favor, and as you do, watch for someone to say your name. Watch for a connection to ignite. Watch for the shift you've imagined come subtly, surely, securely, because the promises I placed within reach are now within grip. Whisper, I receive my appointed increase. Beloved child, secure this word in your spirit. The seed you planted in hiddenness is about to bloom. The note you sent in silence is about to echo. The prayers you whispered in darkness are about to dance in daylight. Say aloud, my waiting has an end. This week marks the hinge of my movement for you. So stay steady, stay watchful, stay expectant. The arrival of my promise is not lazy, it's sure. Not random, it's purposeful. And you, my child, will walk into what you were made for. Stay, because in the next section I will show you how to prepare for the sign that makes it undeniable. My beloved, you are nearing the tipping point where the invisible becomes visible, but first you must prepare. Within the next 24 hours, I will begin to move behind scenes, so steady yourself. Breathe, then say, I trust your timing. You've seen the signs of shift, but you may still wonder if you're ready. That question is not meant to halt you, it's meant to align you. What you thought was mere waiting was my calibration. What you called silence was my saturation. And before the sign becomes undeniable, you must position your heart in readiness. Say aloud, I am ready for what peace prepared. There will be a moment, small, quiet, perhaps overlooked by the world, but not by me, when a door opens. A word drops, a connection ignites. This is your invitation. The hinge you've been bound to is about to swing. Write this, my confirmation comes quietly but fully. Within 3 days, you will meet a person or opportunity that carries my weight. Don't judge it by appearance. Don't wait for loud fanfare. The sign comes in alignment, not announcement. The universe around you will not tremble, but your spirit will soar. Whisper, I receive what was hidden. You must clear the space inside you, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, for the new season to move in. Old agendas, fear-based patterns, the itch to prove yourself, they must loosen their grip. You're not just stepping into a new assignment. You're stepping into refined identity. Say aloud, clarity over noise. The vehicle of my next move will not rely on your performance. It will rely on your presence. The requirement is not more effort, but more surrender. Not more proving, but more abiding. Not more strategy, but more simply saying, yes, breathe. Then say, stillness is strength. This week, begin to schedule your moments of quiet. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15. Just you and me. In that place, I will speak what you've been asking to hear, and you will act on what you've been waiting to understand. Micro mission, decide now to pause daily and simply listen. Micro mission, choose one step this week, however small, and walk it in faith. Write this, my next step is in place. Expect the unexpected. An email you didn't expect. A handshake you thought was past, a thought you dismissed that now resurfaces with purpose. It's not chaos, it's my craft. The sign will both affirm and move you. It will both comfort and commission you. Say aloud, I step into what was prepared. My child, the horizon is shifting. The moments of feeling second-guessed, delayed, unseen, they are being rewritten. In the next phase, you will walk with assurance because you no longer just hope. I have given you confirmation. The path will not always look like what you dreamed. It will look like what I designed. Whisper, I hold what I'm handed. And so you stand poised, not in expectation alone, but in readiness. When the signal comes, move. Don't stall. The wholeness you sought is arriving. The assignment you wondered about is aligning. This is your shift, and you've been prepared for this moment. Stay, because in the next section, I will show you how to anchor this piece into action and walk without turning back. Beloved one, the storm has not been your definition. It was the forging ground of your faith. Now you step into calmness that speaks louder than your past noise. Within this week, you will experience a moment, small yet significant, when peace shifts from being your hope into being your habitat. Breathe, then say, peace tonight. You've been taught to move when you're fully ready, but readiness doesn't always come with fanfare. Often it arrives in stillness. It begins with aligning your inner world with my presence. Say aloud, stillness is strength. Begin to cultivate habits of quiet communion. Each morning, acknowledge what you already possess, your breath, your dwelling, your connections. Gratitude transforms your posture from scarcity into rest. Write this, I walk from plenty. Midday pause. Give me 10 minutes. Sit in silence. Let your heart speak before your mind rises. Whisper, I am held. In the evening, share what you have with someone, your time, your words, your heart. Generosity does not wait for abundance, it births it. Say aloud, I give from what remains. You are moving from concept to character, from what you know about faith to who you become by faith. The next step is not just vision, it is traction. The floor beneath you is gaining grip. The wheels under your feet are rolling. Whisper, I'm available for my purpose. Notice how your spirit shifts. Tasks that once drained you now charge you. Conversations that once discouraged you now connect you. You may not track every detail, but my fingerprint will be unmistakable. Write this. My direction is clear. When you walk into rooms now, you will carry a rhythm that draws others in, not because you're loud, but because you're anchored. Others will feel the difference before you speak. You will lead not because you claim it, but because your calm compels it. Say aloud, presence is my authority. Let your next step be simple. Move in what you already know to be true. Spread kindness without headline. Choose truth without spotlight. Lean into what you sense rather than what you see. Write this, my next step is in place. Beloved, your peace is not a margin, it's your mantle. Your purpose is not a future project, it's your present posture. Breathe, then say, I live from my calling. Within this week, alignment becomes action. Expect clarity, expect calm, expect the move to feel right, more than feel forced. Because I am not simply changing your story, I am changing the way you walk out your story. Say aloud, I walk in confirmed favor. Now stand firm. Guard the peace you carry. Protect the truth you live. Let your direction be practical, your faith visible, your trust audible. This is where the shift becomes your lifestyle, not just your season. Whisper, I receive my kingdom walk. And when the next part comes, you will not only see what I've done, you will step into what I've already accomplished in you. My beloved child, here is your release and your launch. This season ends not because the struggle is defeated. The victory was always declared from the foundation. I say to you, go forward with trust, and let what you receive now carry the weight of my name. Before the end of this message, you must understand that the shift you've awaited was not to bring you back to comfort. It is to bring you out into purpose. I'm not returning you to what felt safe. I am advancing you into what is true. Safety without assignment keeps the soul sleepy. Purpose with my presence awakens every room you enter. This is why the air around you feels different, why your inner rhythm has changed, why your thoughts no longer sprint but stride. I have been setting your pace to match your promise. Say aloud, I step into what was prepared in secret. Breathe. Then say, I hold what I'm handed. You have walked through the valley of delay, crossed the river of silence, stood in the waiting room of wondering. I watched you hold your breath in doorways that did not yet open, and I counted it as faith. Your journey was not meant to keep you small. It was meant to steady you for big. Delay did not shrink you. It strengthened your spine. Silence did not erase you. It edited your language until truth could fit without noise. Rejection did not end you. It rerouted you around rooms that loved your image more than your health. Now the air shifts, the rhythm changes, the tide lifts. Your authority is not manufactured, it is matured. You will feel it in how you answer, in what you no longer explain, in the steadiness that holds without spectacle. Within 3 days, a recognition will rise around you, not because you earned it, but because I assigned it. Do not look for billboards, look for alignment. Someone who once overlooked you will reconsider quietly. A message that stalled will move without your push. A conversation that once needed your defense will no longer require a speech. Within this week, a door will open that changes how you see yourself and how others see you. It may look ordinary from the outside, but the hinge is holy. Walk through it as one who belongs there, because you do. Write this: my influence is affirmed. You will know the difference in how you move, in how you speak, and how truth outpaces effort. You will watch opportunity slow down until it fits your stride, instead of demanding you chase it breathless. The people you've tried to impress won't be the ones who pause. You'll be recognized by the ones who know what favor looks like. They will not clap first. They will align first. This is how heaven works in public. Less thunder, more sunrise. You do not owe a performance to remain in rooms I opened. Presence is your credential. Say aloud, I live from my calling. You were never just promoted, you were appointed. You were never merely rescued, you were commissioned. Your story was never simply survival. It has always been part of a greater narrative. Appointment is heavier than promotion because appointment carries my name. Commission is deeper than rescue because commission assigns my work. I have not simply taken you out of the storm. I'm sending you back with the authority to calm waters in other hearts. The peace you carry will be a map for many who have forgotten how to navigate night. Whisper, I receive my kingdom walk. The obstacles you thought would stop you, they became railings lifting you. The nights you believed erased you, they marked the start of a testimony you could never have told without tears. The moments you measured as hidden, they were the greenhouse where my character grew within you. The seed needed the dark to split open. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what came through you while it happened. Faith without friction stays fragile. Faith with me through fire becomes fuel. This is why you now sense a quiet boldness where panic used to shout. You are wearing what you learned. Breathe. Then say, stillness is my power. Your peace will attract not because you speak louder, but because you speak truer. Loudness convinces for a minute. Truth convinces for a lifetime. Your presence will shift atmospheres, not by credentials, but by anchor. Credentials prove access. Anchors prove endurance. Your calling will display not by your doing, but by your being. A life aligned, a cadence governed, a yes that is clean, and a no that does not apologize. Those around you will know you, not just by what you have, but by who you carry. The weight they feel when you enter is not pressure. It is presence. The light they see is not performance. It is the flame I kept alive under your ribs when winds were cruel. Write this. My mission becomes movement. This message concludes, but your movement begins. I do not need fanfare to verify you. The next episode of your life will not be announced. It will be walked. The next chapter will not request applause. It will command alignment. The next hour will not rewind the past. It will release the future. Do not wait for the room to be ready. Rooms become ready when a readied heart arrives. You are that heart. Let your feet write the announcement your mouth does not need to make. Say aloud, I am ready for the shift. Now listen to how you will move from word to walk. You will practice courage in small increments that gather into a current. You will answer one message without hunger. You will accept one invitation without self-erasure. You will decline one demand that once ruled you. You will choose one boundary that protects the interior where I speak. You will give one kindness in the direction that cost you before. You will forgive one debt of memory that has charged you interest for years. Do not despise these small obediences. This is how mountains move, not as spectacle first, but as inches with faith. You have asked, how will I know if this is the door? You will know because it holds you without requiring you to shrink. You will know because peace remains while courage rises. You will know because the language of the room does not demand you forget what kept you alive. I do not open rooms that ask you to abandon the lessons I paid for in your tears. If an opportunity requires betrayal of the peace I gave you, it is not a door. It is a trap disguised as a hallway. Walk past it. Your yes is reserved for what matches your design. I will give you signs you can audit. Tonight, rest will come sooner, not because the world solved itself, but because your interior government transferred power from panic to peace. In 3 days, a confirmation will meet you. It may be a message you did not orchestrate, an answer that took the long road home, a human hand extended without agenda. This week, a door will stand open. Do not stand outside explaining your right to enter. Cross the threshold and let the work begin. Do this without ceremony. Heaven delights in holy ordinary. Say aloud, I move when you say move. Do not fear visibility. You have been hidden for seasons, not to be forgotten, but to be formed. Exposure before formation harms. Exposure after formation heals. You will stand where once you only prayed from a distance. You will speak where once you only journaled. You will carry where once you only hoped to hold. Yet remember, visibility is not vocation. Your work is obedience. Your identity is beloved. If rooms grow loud again, step back into the secret where we set the pace. Your fruit is born there. I am placing language in your mouth for the ones assigned to you. You will not preach at them. You will speak with them. You will not sell them relief. You will shepherd them toward the stream that never runs out. Some will fight the peace you offer because chaos paid their bills. Do not argue, stand. Let your life answer the question their words are hiding. Others will test you with subtle contempt. Bless them. Let time and results do the teaching. Vindication that I author does not humiliate. It clarifies. When truth arrives, even your critics will feel the room get lighter. Write this, I will not waste my focus. Guard your gaze. The enemy of your next is not lack of talent. It is divided attention. Not every open tab belongs to your mind. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Focus is a form of love. Love for the assignment, love for the people I'm sending you to, love for the soul I have entrusted to your care. Close the screens that steal your sight. Choose the few things that are yours to do and do them with joy. Joy is not a luxury item for when goals are complete. Joy is the oil that makes the machine run without burning. You are stepping into influence, but influence without integrity is sand. Keep your inner room swept. Tell the truth early. Apologize quickly. Keep short accounts with resentment. Practice gratitude like breathing. It keeps your heart from hoarding outcomes and calling them identity. Give generously in ways that do not feed your need to be seen. Honor those who helped you when you could not help yourself. Refuse flattery where honesty is needed. Say less than you know and know more than you say. Say aloud, peace is my credential. In the days ahead, you will encounter 3 moments that test your new pace. The first will be a temptation to hurry a good thing, an offer that flatters your hunger more than it fits your shape. Bless it and release it if it requires panic to keep it. The second will be an old voice asking for the old you, a request that depends on your exhaustion to function. Stand kindly and say a clean no. The third will be an invitation that is right but frightening, a path that fits you but asks you to grow. Choose courage over comfort. I am in the third invitation. I am not asking you to leap without evidence. I'm asking you to step with the evidence I already gave you. Rest tonight, confirmation in 3 days, movement this week. You will also notice how your body joins your calling. Breath will become prayer. Posture will become prophecy. A lifted head says hope without words. Relaxed hands say trust without a speech. Set a small rule in your day. At least once, put your phone face down, put your hand on your chest and say quietly, I am led. The room will not move. Your interior will. And when interior moves, exterior follows. Whisper, I am led. I am not sending you alone. I'm surrounding you with right voices, people who see you beyond your gift, who honor your limits, who refuse to feed your fear while they feed your faith. Some companions are for a stretch of road. Bless them when seasons change. Some are for the long path. Hold them close. You will not have to beg for these alignments. They will recognize you as you recognize them. Peace recognizes peace. Purpose recognizes purpose. Where you feel forced, pause. Where you feel seen and strengthened, proceed. There will be days when the old ache taps your shoulder, asking if all of this is pretend. It will bring you snapshots of nights that nearly broke you and ask you to rehearse them. You do not need to debate your scars. Thank them for the lessons and return to the evidence. A steadier thought, a kinder inner voice, a calibrated yes, a clean no. The message that met you on day 3. The door that opened this week without your frantic hands. Pretend cannot hold these facts in place. Presence can. Let facts fence your faith when feelings flicker. Write this: facts will steady my faith. I will teach you to end days without dragging them into tomorrow. Each night lay down 3 lines, simple and true. Where you noticed peace, where you chose integrity, where you received help. This is not for performance. It is for perspective. Perspective keeps victories from shrinking and challenges from swelling. Perspective reminds the weary that heaven is not asking for heroics, only for honesty and a faithful next step. Now receive a sending that settles you instead of stirring panic. I bless your eyes to see doors that belong to you and to ignore windows that merely tease. I bless your ears to hear counsel that builds and to dismiss chatter that drains. I bless your hands to hold without hoarding and to release without fear. I bless your feet to stand where storms test and to walk where peace leads. I bless your name to be spoken in rooms with honor and to be forgotten where forgetting protects you. I bless your sleep to be strategy, your work to be worship, your words to be weight, your silence to be shield. Say aloud, I will walk what I have heard. You will not need to fight for this moment. You will need to protect it. Protect it from hurry that wears holiness like a costume. Protect it from cynicism that calls every gift a trick. Protect it from comparison that steals the color from your own path. Celebrate the wins of others without doubting your timing. Your path is not late. It is layered. I'm weaving depth into days that once felt flat. Depth takes time. You were not waiting in a line. You were growing roots. Now the tree will bear, and it will bear in season, and its leaves will not wither when headlines change. Before we close, look back for a breath and see how far grace carried you. Then turn forward. Let gratitude be the hinge. Gratitude is not denial of pain. It is direction of sight. You are not the sum of your detours. You are the story of my faithfulness on every road. And this is the road ahead. Clarity over noise, presence over performance, purpose over pressure, stewardship over spectacle, peace over panic. Choose these pairs and your path will hold. Write this: I will choose peace over panic. Now I set a signpost for your heart so that when tomorrow asks for proof, you can point without searching. The signpost is this: a peace tonight that does not need circumstances to cooperate. A confirmation in 3 days that finds you instead of you hunting it. A door this week that is open enough to walk through without shrinking who you are becoming. Test these. They will endure inspection. Bring your questions and put them on the table. I'm not a rumor that collapses under scrutiny. I'm the Lord who invites it. My beloved child, here is your release and your launch. You will carry this word in your bones, not as a slogan, but as a structure. When noise rises, return to the cadence we set. Breathe, listen, answer, step. When old labels call you back, answer with fruit. Rest, clarity, kindness, courage. When new weight arrives, do not ask for a lighter calling first. Ask for a stronger core and gentler hands. I'm not sending you to impress. I'm sending you to heal. Healing does not always announce itself. It often enters the room and quietly rearranges the furniture until everyone sits without pain. Say aloud, I am sent to heal what I once survived. And now, a final alignment. You will bless the rooms that could not hold you without consuming you. You will bless the versions of yourself that kept you alive until now and gently invite them to rest. You will bless even the delays, the silences, the redirections. For doing the work no applause would ever do. Their semester is finished. They can visit as friends, but they do not get the keys. The keys belong to peace. Next, I will train your listening in quiet, strategic silence, how to hear the sign in 24 hours. There you will learn to turn down the dials of panic until guidance becomes audible again. To hold a day steady without scolding it into shape. To notice how often I answer between sentences rather than in speeches. But for now, let this be enough. You are ready. You are held. You are sent. Say aloud, I am ready for the shift if you wish to keep walking with us. Consider subscribing and enabling reminders. Go in peace.